double Ethersworn Canonist. I mean, double Esper Sentinel, excuse me. An Ethersworn Canonist, Caracas. Can't make out the other cards. Maybe an Ingenious Smith. All right, one card getting placed on the bottom. We are ready to go. Ancient Den, Vial.
Just realized I've been capturing that puzzle.
Yeah.
So maybe Eddie thinking... We don't know if Eddie knows that Hank is on Doomsday. Let's see. Hank usually playing 4-color control.
I have no idea.
All right. Ethersworn Canonist, Esper Sentinel, and Ingenious Smith and Caracas revealed. I expect Hank to take Ethersworn Canonist here, maybe? We'll see.
Do you mind playing with hand open, or?
Yeah, no problem. I actually prefer doing that just so I can keep in mind what you know.
Really need these cards to fly now. It's hard to shuffle them with their phone.
You got top five, huh?
Thinking about this Thoughtseize for a moment.
Yeah.
All right, takes the Esper Sentinel. Maybe Hank has a has no worries for the Ethersworn Canonist for now. Here's Lotus Petal, passing the turn. Vial gets a counter.
We'll play a Caracas. Tap 2. Smith.
There's a Genius Smith. Eddie may have led on Vial because of who the opponent was. Hank has been playing 4-color control, and maybe Eddie was thinking Vial would be better for a long game. Hard to say. But Esper Sentinel makes sense to lead on in that situation as well, I feel. But it's really hard to say what Eddie did or did not know coming into this game. But good points made by chat, for sure. Roberts with a great point. I like Caracas into Vial, hides info, as I think you can go weird comboed from Den, from the Den start. Yeah, Ancient Den gave away some information starting the game. But I think everybody at the shop at this point knows that Eddie is on White Painter every time. So these things do factor in. Yeah, even against 4-color control, I personally still feel that leading on Esper Sentinel makes a lot of sense and might be better. But maybe Eddie, who knows how to play this White Painter deck to success, thought that Vial would be a better start. But don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know the reason why Vial was selected first. I think if Eddie was here with us right now, Eddie would likely agree that Esper Sentinel is usually the better start. But there might have been a reason for Vial. Maybe Eddie feels that the Esper Sentinel start just is not as effective against these 4-color control decks. I'm saying these 4-color control decks. We're obviously watching Doomsday right now, but that's what Hank had usually been playing in recent months. We can only speculate.
I was going to shuffle. I'm a flush and
Eddie plays this White Painter deck almost every time and consistently is at the top tables. Knows how to play this deck. All right, Brainstorm resolves. Moving on, another Underground Sea. Personal
yeah,
tutor.
personal tutor
All
resolves.
right. So if there's any doubt about what Hank was on,
Nobody's ever cast personal.
there's Doomsday. It's going on the it's going on the top. Excuse me, of the deck.
I'm not sure what card.
Street
Roll
Ranger.
20 more.
Cycle Street Wraith to draw Doomsday. Doomsday is now in hand. Lotus Petal sacked. Dark Ritual into Doomsday.
Did you get an 8?
Return bracelet.
Yeah, I had a Galvanic Relay in hand, but I could have cast for like 5.
What printing in that brainstorm? I think it's Double Masters. Double Masters
I had a situation
1.
where I did that exact same thing, and then I exiled Agnostic.
Sorry.
And then that was the way I would have been able to win the game. It was exiled from the deck. So I figured
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of foils in Hank's deck. Hank has quite a collection. Yeah, I think Hank is somewhat new to playing Doomsday. And Harry correctly pointing out in the chat that the cards in the graveyard should be put off to the side so that Eddie knows if any cards were taken from the graveyard as Doomsday resolves. Yeah, I like the Jace's Spellbook Brainstorm the best, I think.
A little combat.
Attempt to.
Great tip from Harry Houdini about resolving Doomsday. Seems like Eddie missed that as well. Eddie also went for Ingenious Smith over Ethersworn Canonist. What do you think about that, chat? Did that lose Eddie the game? Or should Eddie have waited for Vile to tick up to 2? Also, was there an opportunity to draw a card from Esper Sentinel here? I missed if that happened or if it was skipped. Not sure if it'll matter at this point. Can Eddie get lethal from Ingenious to kill them through Doomsday? That's what I'm wondering right now. Was Ingenious Smith better? Ingenious Smith can only grow by 1 each turn. Is the face down card drawn from Sentinel? I don't know. Yeah, getting Canonist Days would have been really bad, I agree. Yeah, I don't see lethal either. Okay, Hank taking a little bit long here with this Doomsday resolution. Seems like the pile has been selected.
Can I see?
We were talking yesterday at the shop. Actually, this was 2 days ago. At the shop, which decks have benefited the most from Initiative entering the format? And the players I was speaking to, which included Eddie, were in agreement that Doomsday benefited the most. Would everybody watching right now agree? Is Doomsday the deck that benefited the most from Initiative entering the format?
Step 2.
Is that why Hank switched over to Doomsday
Trigger
from 4-color control?
in for 4.
All right, Ethersworn Canonist comes in. It resolves, and attacking Hank down to 4. Hank is out of time. Won't be able to pass the turn here.
One put in there.
Yeah.
These are all our. Oh, you did. I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna 23. If you got 20.
Black, and blue.
Okay.
Edge.
Yep.
Sweet.
Edge of Autumn getting cycled here, floating a blue with Underground Sea. Another Edge of Autumn cycled here, floating blue. 2 cards left in the library, playing a Polluted Delta. Here's Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah.
It's for the initiative matchups that have never been my worst part.
Go ahead.
All right, that's game. Hank gets game 1.
Go ahead.
Insta. I'll cast brainstorm.
Okay.
Harry Houdini says, I think more people play Torpor Orb now. I also don't think Doomsday is good against initiative. It hits too hard, too fast. All right, here's deafening silence to start the game for Eddie. Hetty. Hetty, that's a new name. If we combined Hank and Eddie, we'd get Hetty. Right, everybody? Lotus Petal to start the game for Hank. Isn't 4-color control better against initiative than Doomsday? My data is somewhat iffy, so I can't say for sure, says Mardal. A guy who drinks tea says, I've been fine playing versus initiative as Cephalid Breakfast. Yeah, I think Breakfast has improved a bit in the metagame, thanks to initiative. X-Grave, what's up, X-Grave, says, I think the data empirically shows Doomsday definitely did not benefit from initiative becoming popular. Okay, we have some data coming in. Mark Hughes says, I beat 4-color control and lands with Torpor Orb in play on Monday. So Mark Hughes saying initiative can fight through it.
That's good.
Esper Sentinel and Vile have hit the board here for Eddie.
Okay, that's fine.
It looks like an end step consider getting popped off here. Surveil Thoughtseize into the graveyard.
Okay. Pass turn.
That consider looked really nice.
Go.
The sword's your hamster.
I'm gonna go to 13.
Trigger.
And here's a nice Black is Magic Ponder for
Yeah, 8 to 8 plus 4.
Hank.
I was at 9. I was at 17.
It looked like Eddie drew a card there, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so you're at 9 after all that? And now,
No,
and then
13.
going up to 13. Yep, okay. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
Very good fix.
go to mine.
Yeah.
Good question from Robert's your mother's brother. Does 8 cast like initiative?
Okay, yeah.
I think 8. I haven't played or seen the matchup much myself, but I feel like 8 cast would be pretty good against them.
Plan on their planes. I'm going to attack you for 1.
I could totally be wrong though. Attacking with Esper Sentinel, Urza's Saga has ticked up to the 2nd chapter. Tapping 2 now is Eddie. Oswald Fiddlebender. So Oswald Fiddlebender, part of the engine of this deck to help assemble combos, find hate pieces, etc. Kind of a birthing pod for artifacts. And Hank's taking a look at it.
Land for turn.
Play that using uncountable mana for
Yep.
Pokimoki says, my guess is 8 cast versus initiative is play draw heavy due to Chalice on 0. Could be. Makes sense. Yeah, remember when everybody was upset about Kappa Cannoneer? Those were crazy days, weren't they?
Untap, upkeep.
34.
Roll. Upkeep, this will go to 2.
Should we still ban Uro? Should we ban Uro, everybody?
game pressure.
What are we going to ban?
Let me think here.
Vile has ticked up to 2. Eddie thinking about Saga ticking up to 3.
Gonna make a construct.
All right, looks like Eddie is creating a construct. And there's a construct token. Cabal Ritual, okay.
In response to me making the construct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cabal Ritual in response to the creating a construct. Opposition Agent. That's pretty cool. So Opposition Agent will take over the Saga search now.
Any 1-mana artifact or 0-mana artifact.
Yes.
Hope of Guriper.
Until your next turn, target player will deal combat.
That's Hope of Gear. It's Dented Swim, basically.
That's a spicy one.
It's sick.
Okay.
Hank likes Hope of Guriper. So far, it's been pulled to the front. Pithing Needle is also in there. Yeah, you do get to see your opponent with Opposition Agent, I believe, but I don't see Eddie's hand. Oh, Eddie's hand is in the bottom left of your screen, and so far has not been revealed. We'll see if the players catch that. It looks like Hope of Gariper has been chosen.
Thank you very much.
Nope. Thinking about it for a moment longer.
Is that a condition of keeping in this set? Is you have to have Doomsday there?
Or a clear path to casting it.
Keep it on top like this.
It's just exiled, right?
Yes, it goes into exile and then you can cast
Two
it.
in hand, right?
Yeah, Esper Sentinel trigger was maybe missed. I'm not 100% sure. It's unfortunate.
I'm gonna get a.
Alright, striking you.
So it resolves trigger on stacking the fish.
Hank trying to figure this out. Seems like there are a lot of nasty surprises in Eddie's deck, but Hope of Guriper seems to be the favorite at this point.
Oh, wait. Yeah. No, you're fine.
Trigger. Okay.
Same throw.
Robert's saying we should remove the grindstone.
That's fine.
So I
Yeah, you shuffle.
Wait, well, rather you shuffle.
Oh, yeah, I shuffle, but I'm in for 2.
Okay, so Needle goes into exile. Oswald Fiddlebender attacks for 2.
Second.
Oh, yeah, it goes to the
Stop it.
Just ready. Dice swing?
I'll take 2 for him.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Literally no number player.
Yeah, Needle naming grindstone is also a good option here.
Faster.
Oswald Fiddlebender is of course shut off by Opposition Agent as well. We'll see if Hank chooses to cast Needle this turn.
Oh, for the surveil, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Duh. I'm gonna look at
Should have removed the guy. I had a few. He's got any in my hand.
Yeah. Unless you had a date,
I did have a days actually.
Well, I might have got you there, yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you have anything else in your hand?
I just realized I made a horrible misplay.
What?
Never mind, it's fine. I'll tell you after.
All right, Eddie just realized they made a horrible misplay, which is unfortunate, but we don't know what it is. I mean, Esper Sentinel has been missed. A few things have gone wrong here. It happens. Pops Fry Cook, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
And prismatic moves. I don't know why I'm like, I should just remove the guy.
Maybe Shieldred on the way. Not sure. Harry with a very nice gift sub badge in the chat. Appreciate you, Harry.
I've got a canonist.
Activating Vial. Here's Canonist.
On top.
The needle did not get cast.
I'll drop return.
Usually, with this deck,
I'm going to
Go ahead.
cast a grindstone.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grindstone hitting the stack. It will resolve.
For 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Swinging for 7 here, it seems.
I'll make this.
Use a
Did I
5.
not? Maybe I didn't get the last one.
There were 2 DRC attacks, I believe. To put me to 14.
And I have a vial of if I
No,
have
no,
another
no, no, one
two
back.
jumper.
Sorry, I was thinking Savannah. I just saw it.
It was stage, right? Stage in the
No.
Do you have any white figures?
5/5.
That would be a very good draw. I'm good. Alright.
Cracking a fetch here is Hank. Drummer, thanks for the resale with Prime. 7 months for Drummer. Making Jeff Bezos pay for it. Appreciate that.
Would you play round one?
Okay, targeting. It's going to trigger this. I'm sure it gets bounced.
All right, so Petty Theft bounces the construct. Brazen Borrower goes on an adventure.
How many here?
3.
You better get
Adventure.
You can cast both of them.
I know. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's supposed to go with like adventure counter.
Yeah.
Okay, so interestingly, Hank does not have an adventure indicator card. We'll put that in the notes, everybody.
Cloven hooves and/or Chewits cut.
Across all the edges as well. I just see the cards getting bent accidentally. It scares the shit out of me. Really my draw.
Sometimes just one or the other. Cool.
Opposition agent looking pretty good here. Let's see if this Pithing Needle gets cast this turn, or if Hank has other plans.
So,
Hard to guess.
hopefully I shoot you in the face, right?
Oh, roll 2 more. Roll 2 more, bro. +2, roll 2 more.
So I have 2 rolls.
And it goes up by 2, right? Royalty?
You can. I don't know.
Okay.
So it's a +1?
+1 loyalty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like comments are popping off again in the background.
Again?
I had 2 more in hand. Just to be super sure. Just to be.
Trigger.
But
All right, Brainstorm triggering Esper Sentinel. Hank will pay for it. And resolving this Brainstorm, so I don't think we're going to see Needle this turn. Thanks to Deafening Silence.
what you sign up for?
I mean,
By the
it's
sword,
a
by
game
the sword,
one. I had
right?
like 5 1-shots in my hand. So,
I think
2 of us in my hand.
against Doomsday.
I used the 200
He's got weakness.
No, I used to go like
More counters.
and then I mean, I guess like a challenge.
Extra force
So,
negation.
if I draw, I'm gonna throw it faster.
And 4 points.
All right, Hank passes the turn. Gives Eddie another chance here. Eddie draws a Wasteland. Plays it immediately. Attacking with Oswald Fiddlebender. Spazzolino, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
First turn and then.
So,
But I think they're probably better as
All right, trading with Oswald Fiddlebender. The opposition agent has now been removed. Hank fetches here. Goes on to 13. Nothing on the table right now on Eddie's side. Can search. But potentially an Enlightened Tutor or something like that could get cast here. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Here's a Brainstorm. Activating Vial in response. Painter. Ooh. Eddie might have just stole this one.
not even trying to play around it. I just
Nicely done. Eddie just stole a game here, vialing in a Painter and activating immediately. Just waiting for Hank to cast a spell, exactly. Deafening Silence locked Hank out of being able to respond to that combo. Here's a Lotus Petal and passing the turn is Hank.
How short are you?
Grindstone.
Yeah, I'll make it right.
And Eddie's starting off the game with Grindstone. Let's see if that resolves. Fetch and response, maybe? Maybe a daze.
Yeah, resolves.
Okay, just to consider. Serval. Dark Ritual dumped into the graveyard. Draw a card. Cycling Street Wraith. Draw a card. Seems like Grindstone is in there and passing the turn. Looks like Eddie has a Torpor Orb in hand, which will be pretty good against Thassa's Oracle. Also has a Painter, maybe an Enlightened Tutor.
He just got, because it's the first day of Hanukkah. It was just first day of Hanukkah for us. My parents are too lazy to do 8 kids. That's too much work.
It's a lot of block time. Do it.
Caracas and Ancient Den also, yeah. Dream Trawler with a prediction, and Eddie is going to steal this exciting game. Yeah, this is a close one. Hank now aware of the dangers after how last game went.
This is all.
Eddie's little nasty tricks. Brainstorm.
As a kid, thinking that was awesome.
Do you know the card?
Versus Reach
when
is
I
awesome.
saw it, I was
Okay,
like,
it is awesome, but it's worth 10 cents now.
the card that
Yeah,
I
but
saw
it's
as a
awesome.
kid where I'm like, you could not possibly like a more powerful card than this was Crows and Scraper, whatever it's called. 14.
I like Phantom the Shogun. That gets played in
Activated abilities.
Phantom the Shogun. Yeah.
I know the prediction polls in Twitch chat are not the best science, but 96% favored for Doomsdays in the prediction poll. These are the kind of matchups we were talking about earlier where one side seems way more favored over the other. Maybe lopsided in some people's opinions, but we still have had a great match to watch. So there's that.
Yeah.
Brainstorm puts 2 back on top. Lotus Petal getting cracked here. Dark Ritual. And Doomsday. All right, so Hank is resolving it here. Once again, worth pointing out that when you're resolving Doomsday, having the graveyard cards off to the side so that both players can be aware if any cards are taken from that pool when resolving Doomsday is important. It's being missed here.
Test it real.
Yep. You're at 21.
You know what I'm talking about. Everybody comes in just
Let's go.
keep doing this. Whenever I'm here. Whenever it feels good. That's not me.
Ninja God King, absolutely correct. No match is ever 100-0. Absolutely. Tin Fins with the question, any Infect decks featured recently, or is the archetype dead? I would not say Infect is dead. I was just talking to an Infect player at the shop this week. There are some new cards that Infect has been trying out. A Johnny Complete, whatever it's called. The new Ajani. And Embiggen from Unfinity. And I think in recent weeks we've seen Infect a few times. And yeah, Infect is still out there doing its thing. Is it a tier 1 deck? Probably not, but it's being worked on. We have some requests to see Hank's hair. Yeah, Hank's hair was looking fantastic at this event. Although we cannot see it right now, it looked incredible. Eternal Weekend North America Legacy Championship finalist Hank Zong. Famous now for his hairstyle. Incredible. All right, looks like Doomsday has finally resolved. Eddie taking a look through the library / graveyard to see what once was. And placing it off to the side, Eddie has completed that search. Yeah, Eddie running out of time here. Tapping 2. Torpor Orb. Let's see if... Yeah, force pitching Brazen Borrower. That could be game. Cycling Street Wraith down to 5. Cycling Street Wraith down to 3. That's his Oracle. 2 cards left in the library. Eddie looks a bit frustrated, but scoops it up.